Every night, the largest migration on Earth begins. Not across continents, not through the sky, but vertically through water. 1 trillion animals, more than all the birds, mammals, and insects that have ever migrated combined, rise from a place that exists between day and eternal night. Right now, 600 feet beneath the ocean's surface, a fish with a transparent head is looking straight up through its own skull. A squid with 1 giant eye and 1 small eye is rotating slowly, watching both up and down simultaneously. And a jellyfish the size of a basketball is creating a light show that would rival Times Square. They live in a realm that covers 60% of our planet's surface, yet 95% of it remains unexplored. A place where the sun's last photons go to die, where evolution has crafted the most bizarre solutions to an impossible problem. How do you survive when you can barely see, barely hide, and everything wants to eat you? Welcome to the Twilight Zone of the sea. The last frontier of light. Imagine descending through the ocean in a glass elevator. For the first 200 meters, about 650 feet, the world is familiar. Sunlight dances through the water. Colors exist. Plants photosynthesize. This is the sunlight zone, the ocean we know. But at 200 meters, something profound happens. You enter the mesopelagic zone, the Twilight Zone. Here, between 200 and 1,000 meters deep, exists Earth's largest habitat. It's 20 times the volume of all rainforests combined. Yet it's neither fully lit nor completely dark. It's perpetual dusk, forever twilight. In this zone, light doesn't just fade, it dies by degrees. Red light, with its long wavelengths, vanishes by 600 meters. Only the deepest blue remains. By 1,000 meters, even that is gone. This selective filtering creates a monochrome world. Creatures that would be vibrantly colored at the surface appear as shadows of themselves. A red shrimp becomes invisible. A silver fish turns into a mirror. The pressure gradient. Every 10 meters you descend adds another atmosphere of pressure. At the top of the Twilight Zone, pressure is 20 times greater than at sea level. At the bottom, it's 100 times greater. Your lungs would collapse at 300 meters. Your rib cage would implode at 500 meters. Yet life thrives here, having evolved solutions to pressures that would instantly kill surface dwellers. The temperature thermocline drops rapidly in the Twilight Zone, a phenomenon called the thermocline. Water temperature can plunge from 20 degrees Celsius to 4 degrees Celsius in just a few hundred meters. This temperature barrier traps nutrients, creating layers of water with different densities that don't mix. It's like having multiple oceans stacked on top of each other, each with its own chemistry, its own currents, its own communities of life. Paradoxically, the Twilight Zone contains areas with the lowest oxygen levels in the entire ocean. Bacteria decomposing sinking organic matter consume vast amounts of oxygen, creating oxygen minimum zones, where levels drop to near zero. Yet even here, life adapts. The vampire squid thrives in these dead zones, its blood containing special pigments that bind oxygen more efficiently than any other cephalopod. In the Twilight Zone, every photon counts. Life here has evolved the most sophisticated optical systems on Earth, the transparent strategists. Glass squids make themselves 99% transparent. Only their eyes and digestive systems remain visible, irreducible minimums they cannot hide. They float motionless, invisible predators in a dim world. The barrel-eye fish takes transparency to an extreme. Its skull is a clear dome filled with fluid. Its tubular eyes, pointing permanently upward, look through its own head to spot silhouettes against the fading light above. When scientists first caught one, they didn't realize the green orbs were eyes. They thought the fish's real eyes were the false nostrils on its face. The hyper-eyed amphipod has eyes that occupy 45% of its body. Imagine a human with eyes the size of basketballs. Each eye has thousands of lenses, creating a compound vision system that can detect the faintest shadows in near darkness. The mirror defense hatchetfish are living mirrors. Their sides are covered with microscopic plates that reflect light at exactly the same wavelength and intensity as the background water. They become invisible by becoming their environment, but reflection only works from the sides. The cockeyed squid has evolved the ocean's strangest eyes. One is normal-sized and looks down into darkness. The other is twice as large and bulging, looking upward for prey silhouettes. It swims at a 45-degree angle to optimize both eyes' fields of view. Many Twilight Zone creatures have tubular eyes shaped like telescopes. They can't move these eyes, but they don't need to. In a world where the only light comes from above, permanent upward vision is an advantage. The giant squid has the largest eyes in the animal kingdom, up to 30 centimeters across. But size isn't everything in the Twilight Zone. The colossal squid's eyes, while slightly smaller, have the largest pupils ever documented, allowing them to capture more light than any other animal. When life makes light. In the Twilight Zone, 90% of organisms produce their own light. This isn't a rare adaptation, it's the norm, and the ways they use it would astonish any lighting designer. Bioluminescence is a chemical reaction. Luciferin, a compound, reacts with oxygen in the presence of luciferase, an enzyme, to produce light. It's 96% efficient. Almost no energy is wasted as heat. By comparison, an LED bulb is only 20% efficient. But this simple reaction has evolved into thousands of variations. Some creatures produce steady glows, others create flashes. Some make green light, others blue, and a rare few produce red. Invisible to most deep-sea creatures, but perfect for hunting. The language of light lanternfish, the most abundant vertebrates on Earth, have species-specific patterns of photophores. Like facial recognition, each species has a unique light signature. In the dim twilight, these patterns are names, allowing fish to find their own kind in the vastness. The Atala jellyfish has evolved one of nature's cleverest defense mechanisms. When attacked, it doesn't fight or flee. Instead, it creates a bioluminescent scream, a spinning pinwheel of light that can be seen from hundreds of meters away. This isn't meant to scare the attacker. It's a burglar alarm, designed to attract even larger predators. The jellyfish is saying, "Here's my attacker, come eat it." It's calling the police with light. The firefly squid has thousands of photophores covering its entire body. Each one can be controlled independently, creating patterns of incredible complexity. But the truly amazing part is inside. Each photophore contains microscopic structures that work like fiber optic cables, channeling and focusing the light. Behind them are reflectors made of precisely stacked proteins that create interference patterns, intensifying the light. It's biological technology that humans only invented in the last century. The sniper's light dragonfish produce red light, a wavelength most deep-sea creatures can't see. They've evolved private wavelength communication, like having night vision goggles in a world where everyone else is blind to red. They use this superpower to hunt. A dragonfish can illuminate prey with its red searchlight, see it clearly, and attack, while the prey never knows it's been spotted. It's the ultimate stealth technology. Some species take bioluminescence to an extreme. The green bomber worm, when threatened, releases glowing green bombs, actually parts of its own body. These glow intensely, distracting predators while the worm escapes in darkness. Vampire squid eject bioluminescent mucus, glowing snot that confuses predators. Some deep-sea shrimp literally vomit light when attacked, creating a glowing cloud while they jet away. Every sunset triggers the largest migration on Earth. The Twilight Zone empties upward as billions of creatures rise toward the surface. Every sunrise, they descend again. This daily vertical migration involves more biomass than all other animal migrations combined. The migrators, lanternfish, no bigger than your finger, swim upward 600 meters every night. For their size, it's equivalent to a human running a marathon, twice every day. Krill, tiny shrimp-like creatures, rise in clouds so dense they appear on sonar as false sea floors. A single swarm can contain 2 million tons of krill, more than the weight of every human in Manhattan. Glass squids ascend slowly, their transparent bodies pulsing like ghosts rising from the deep. Jellies drift upward, carried by currents they've learned to ride over millions of years of evolution. Phytoplankton, microscopic plants, can only live where there's sunlight. They form the base of the ocean food web. Tiny zooplankton eat them, but zooplankton are vulnerable in daylight, easily seen by predators. Not everyone migrates. Some predators stay in the Twilight Zone, waiting. Six-gill sharks position themselves at migration highways, underwater routes where migrators concentrate. They've learned the schedule, the routes, the timing. When the migration passes, they feast. Swordfish use a different strategy. They migrate too, but faster and earlier than their prey. They arrive at the surface first, warming their eyes and brains with special heating organs, then hunt in the darkness with vision their cold-blooded prey lacks. This migration doesn't just move animals, it moves carbon. Creatures feed at the surface, ingesting carbon-rich plankton. They descend to the Twilight Zone and deeper, where they defecate, die, and decompose. This biological pump transfers 10 billion tons of carbon annually from the atmosphere to the deep sea. Evolution in the Twilight Zone has created anatomies that seem impossible, bodies that challenge our understanding of what life can be. The black swallower can consume prey twice its length and 10 times its mass. Its stomach stretches like a balloon, becoming transparent as it expands. You can see the prey inside, slowly dissolving. This isn't gluttony, it's survival. Meals in the Twilight Zone are rare. When you find food, you must be able to consume it, no matter the size. The gulper eel takes this further. Its mouth is larger than its body, unhinging to engulf prey like a living net. Its stomach can stretch to accommodate prey so large that the eel becomes a swimming stomach with a tail. Dragonfish have jaws that literally jump out of their heads. Using a biological spring mechanism, they can shoot their jaws forward faster than prey can react. The jaw extends, grabs, and retracts in milliseconds. But here's the truly alien part. When the jaw extends, the heart, gills, and other organs have to move out of the way. The fish literally rearranges its internal anatomy every time it feeds. The barrelly fish's transparent head isn't its strangest feature. Its digestive system is partially external. Food is partly digested outside the body before being drawn in, like having a stomach that starts outside your mouth. This allows it to digest prey too large to swallow whole, breaking them down externally before ingestion. Many Twilight Zone creatures undergo extreme metamorphosis. Leptocephalus larvae, the young of eels, are completely transparent, leaf-shaped, and drift for years in the twilight. They can delay metamorphosis until conditions are perfect, remaining larvae for up to 3 years. When they finally transform, they shrink, one of the only examples in nature where juveniles are larger than adults. Their bodies compress, organs rearrange, and they become predators instead of drifters.